has joined us, and Dale drives the number 88 Nationwide Insurance Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And Dale, before I start off, maybe talk a little bit about, you got Nationwide Insurance on the car this week. It's a good-looking paint scheme, good-looking fire suit. Maybe just talk about having them aboard. Certainly a company that you've been involved with for you and your family have been involved with for many years.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to getting this car out on the track. We've been working with Nationwide for a really long time, and it's a genuine relationship. And I've been, you know, they've been insuring the vehicles I've drove since I've had my driver's license. And I mean, I could take you to the building in Kannapolis where we used to go to get it, get the tags and all that stuff handled. So you know, I'm pretty happy that to be able to work with, you know, companies that, you know, you can get excited about, and that the relationship feels, you know, genuine and real. So I feel real fortunate, to be honest with you, in that regard. But we've had a working relationship for the last couple of years. And everybody's seen the commercials if you watch a Nationwide race. And so, you know, when I heard that they were a candidate to be a part of our Cup program, I was just really surprised and excited about that, to be able to continue that relationship and grow it. You know, you work so hard in building these relationships with your partners, and when they have the ability to invest more into that relationship, and you can take that partnership and do better and bigger things with it, it's a real win success story. So I was glad that they were coming on to our Cup car, and then we started, I guess, some more dialogue began to happen with HMS about the possibility of actually getting on the car this year. And so here we are today. And, you know, so I'm excited and looking forward to working with Nationwide and continuing that relationship and trying to make sure that it benefits both parties, and that they enjoy the experience at the Cup level. And you know, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know those guys pretty well, and already have a good working relationship with them, and it should be real comfortable and easy.
Thank you, Dale. We appreciate it, and we'll take some questions now for Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you have one, raise your hand. Lewis, you have a question? Go ahead. Let's get Lewis the microphone.
Yeah, Lewis Franco Reuters. Congratulations. I'm sure you're happy for the job security next year. But as the chase approaches, do you and Steve, are you doing anything different than earlier this year?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to ask Steve. I'm not doing anything different really. Or they, you know, last year we ran pretty decent during the season. I was pretty pleased with the way the car was, but once the chase began, we got better, and we ran better than we had all year in the chase. And I know that we learn a lot throughout the year, as far as we learn little things about the body of the car, and we learn little things about the chassis, and the engine department's always kind of improving things. And it seems like we're real good at, right when the chase begins, putting all those components in one car or several, you know, cars, and making all that work throughout the chase, and sort of putting our best foot forward kind of thing. I know all the teams have to be doing the same thing, but for whatever reason, last year and the year before, when we went into the chase, I thought our performance really improved. So I'm hoping we can do the same thing this year, and hopefully that'll be enough to get the job done. But you know, as far as particulars, Steve probably has all kinds of things, being a crew chief, that he may think about differently or do differently to prepare the team differently for those races. Yep.
We got Jeff Gluck, Claire B. Lang, and then Paul Woody right here on the front row.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. You said that they had sponsored, or they've been your insurance since you had your driver's license. So they didn't drop you when you wrecked your favorite truck when you were younger. And what happened with that? I've heard references to the story, but
The truck?
you flipped it or something?
Well, my favorite truck was the '88 S10 that I had when I was 16, and it was black and silver, 2-door with a Tahoe package and seat button on the radio. That was the cool part. But I had that truck for 2 years, and when I graduated high school, my dad thought it was a great idea to get me another truck, and it was a full-size extended cab, two-tone brown with no carpet, and I thought it was a hideous vehicle, and I thought it was a bit of a hint that life's getting ready to get harder once you get out of school, and here's your work truck, and so I didn't like that truck too much, and I didn't treat it very well, but I eventually traded it in once I got what I thought was a decent job. I traded it in and got a red extended cab 91 S10, and was paying financed it for 5 years for $100, had a $100 payment, and had it for about 3 months, and I flipped it on Christmas morning driving to Mama's for the family reunion. And there was a little snow off the road, but not on the road. But I'd gotten a Walkman CD player for my sister with a tape adapter, and I was messing with that and drove it off the road and hit a driveway culvert and just flipped over like 6 or 7 times. It totaled the truck, and some people drove by, helped me out, and I called Dad on their cell phone, and he was at Mama's, and I said, I flipped my truck, need you to come get me. So I wasn't about 4 miles from the farm on Highway 3, so he drove to the farm, got to roll back. And when he got there, the state patrolman got there. And so me and Dad loaded the truck up. Patrolman said, if y'all are good, I'm good. So we just took the truck home, and that was that. So I got some pretty good insurance on it and got me another truck. But, oh, man, I don't think anything survived.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't get hurt. It was a pretty nasty spill.
Let's go over here to Paul, then we'll go in the back to Kyle.
Keep your eyes on the road. That's what I can tell you.
Dale, Paul Woody, Richmond Times-Dispatch. You've been around the sport for a long time. You know a number of drivers. You know retired drivers. You know current drivers. There are retired drivers that aren't doing well. There are current drivers who someday might not be doing well. Would you be in favor of any type of fund or something that they could draw on to help them get through tough times?
I think that would be a positive thing. There's a little bit of a responsibility, I think, on maybe everybody's part, not just the sport as a whole, but like the drivers that are currently having the success that they're having, myself included. That maybe something like that could be put together if it's run properly and managed properly by the right person. It could be a huge assist to all those guys that are struggling, especially when you get older and you have the doctor bills and stuff start piling up on you, the medical bills. I'm sure that it wouldn't be too tall a challenge to put something together. You just have to have the right person to manage something like that so that the money isn't going to waste. But yeah, I think it'd be a great thing.
Let's go in the back, Kyle. Let's get Kyle and Mike, and then we'll come over here to our far left, Rebecca. Where are you, Rebecca? Way over here, and then we'll go to Jay Busby.
Kyle McCurry, Fox 46 in Charlotte. You own nationwide teams, and now you're going to be driving the nationwide car. Just talk about being a nationwide owner and watching that sponsorship go to a single car team, and just what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I think that when a sport gets involved or a sponsor gets involved with NASCAR to sponsor a series or a racetrack or be the official whatever, they're definitely trying to accomplish a unique set of goals, and they're, I think, a little different than the partnerships that you have with owners and the race cars themselves. And I don't think one is better than the other. I think that you just have a different agenda and you go, with what fits that agenda. And I believe that Nationwide has had a lot of success being partnership with NASCAR and the Nationwide Series, and I think Xfinity is going to have a good time over the next 10 years. I'm excited that the series seems to be in great hands, and being an owner in that series, I was very pleased to have that announcement come out. We want to continue being owners in that series. We want that series to be healthy and successful. I'd love to race in that series for the next several years and enjoy being a part of it. So all that was great, and I just think that Nationwide saw an opportunity to accomplish some new goals and different agenda, and it's on the Cup side. It's our responsibility to help them do that. But I think that this relationship was very successful for them, and I'm excited. I think Xfinity is going to really enjoy the next several years and what NASCAR and them can do together.
Let's go right here to your left, Dale. Rebecca from CNN.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Bear, CNN. Sorry, I'm doing a story on your engineer, Alba, and I just want to know if you could tell me how her role as engineer is vital to your team's success.
She's been around a long time, and her and my father, her and the whole team that my dad drove for at Richards were all great friends, and everybody had the highest respect for her. And always, she was the one person out of the Chevy group that I could see in their interaction with her that they respected a lot and really appreciated what she did for the race teams. I'd be making it up if I could tell you what all that is, but she's a great person, and she's been around for a very long time, and she's well respected in the garage among a lot of the people that's been here for a very long time. So I appreciate her. Yeah.
Let's go to Jay Busby. Right there.
As a football fan, you know that when you come to the end of the season, there's that question about whether to go into the postseason with momentum or with rest. Given that you've been locked in effectively since February, how have you personally been keeping sharp and keeping mentally focused to get going next week?
Oh, well, I mean, I've been going to racetrack a long time, so you just get, you just get into a repetition of doing it week after week after week, and it's definitely been fun this year because of being locked in. We won that Daytona 500, and that whole experience was a great time, but having that comfort and knowing we were locked in made the rest of the season so enjoyable, took a lot of pressure off, and really allowed us to just go race and have fun. So it's about to get serious. It's about to get, to not sound too cliche, but it's about to get real again, where, you're going to have to buckle down and make every lap, every corner count, whether it's in practice or whatever. And not that you haven't been doing that, but I think it just, we haven't been riding around with a backpack full of pressure and the tension like you typically do in the old format. And that pressure and tension is about to climb back on the back of this team and all the other teams that when that chase starts. And some guys carry it very well, and some guys may struggle. But we've sort of been on a bit of a holiday since the Daytona 500. And I've enjoyed that. It's been a fun year. The cars have been great. Cars have been fast. Team's been in a great spirits, and we got a lot of good things to look forward to, obviously. But yeah, it's hopefully everything just goes good. We keep hearing from all our fans how this is the year, and we're going to do it this year, and we're going to win that championship. And man, that's what we want. And we'd love to be able to be the champion at the end of the year, and we're about to find out.
Marty, do you have a question? Let's get the mic back to Marty, please.
Thank you, sir. Marty Smith, ESPN. Junior, outside of the obvious, which is winning a championship, why does the chase matter to drivers and teams? What are the other reasons?
Outside of being the champion, and well, the sponsors want to be on a car in the chase. So that I think about the things that I think about when you ask that question are the sponsors want to be in the chase, and they want that exposure, and that's super important. I wouldn't know how to measure it myself, but I imagine it's very, very important, and it's maybe frustrating to miss the cut, but for the teams, there's a lot of pride. There's a sense of pride in all the teams, the crew guys, just the group, the road guys. When you're not in that, small fraternity, it's you feel like a lesser of a team. You feel like you don't add up, or you got what's wrong with us. It makes you really look inside yourself and inside the group and say, what are we missing, and why didn't we make it? I thought this was it. I thought this was good enough. When you start the year, you think it's, you assume that this team's going to do it. And when you don't, you kind of got to look inside yourself and face some facts and look in the mirror and answer some questions. But so you don't want to have to do all that. You want to be in that group, and you don't. That's definitely a sinking feeling when you're not in that group. So those eliminations are going to be nerve-wracking, and trying not to be one of those guys that gets cut. It's like it's kind of the same feeling of being the last one picked. You don't want that feeling, and you want to be in the cool group with the cool kids.
Final question over here, Stan, far right.
Stan Creekmore, over here, Dale. Will the pressure be lower as we enter Chicagoland Speedway, because only X number of drivers are going to win? There's only 3 races to win, so there's going to be X number that move forward. And will winning be the most critical in that third segment versus even Homestead?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how it works, but I don't know. I'd be guessing if I knew when cars get eliminated, how many get eliminated, and so we're just gonna hold the gas down and try to go out there and run as good as you can run, and be smart and try to put together solid finishes, solid races. Winning definitely has made a difference in the regular season, and certainly if you can win one of those races, you get a pass. So you get immunity, and you stay on the island for another week. Yeah.
All right, Dale, thank you, and good luck this
Thank
weekend.
you. I'll take it easy.